So thank you very much. Good afternoon. Thank you, European Commission, to come here and to welcome us. So what I will do here is to explain a little bit what a private sector and a commercial bank can contribute to this big blue economy that we're talking about since the beginning of the day. So first of all, I will pass very quickly, but we know that we have to do the conservation of the ocean and all of this. Even bankers know we know about that and we understand that. And so we're very aware about the importance of the ocean for the futures and the future of our families and kids. What is important is that even things like the importance of the forest has been already made, but so it's time to explain like the value of a blue whale, for instance, because nobody knows that it's 2 times the equivalence of Manhattan in terms of carbon capture. So if we start to have this kind of narrative, I think maybe we will interest much more people, and especially Wall Street people. So other things is that we need the priority, but we have noticed one thing, is that the corporates, that means the corporate clients or big clients, have probably underinvested or underunderstood the SDG number 14. And this is the lowest where they are actively involved. Because probably people see that the blue economy and is reserved for the maritime world, for the fishing, for the shipping company, and the people do not see yet what the ocean will be the resources for the rest of the industry. And so we need also to include the rest of the industry. So one thing we need to be sure, we will work on the greener transportation, so we have to work on that by taking solution, by working hydrogen, by working on the wind power. So there is a lot of things to be done on that. And there is another big area that we will work on, which is to work on the sustainable fishing and aquaculture. I will explain a little bit later. So that's a given. So we will work on that and we will try to improve what we can do on those spaces. But also we need to look at the innovation fight, and not only the innovation that we have at the level of the SME or the startup, but we have also to see what can be developed for the other industry. And then we are very well placed because this is all our clients. And so we can engage the small and the startup with those big corporate clients and with investors. Because we have also to tell the story to the big and large investor. Because if we want to solve the problem of the ocean, we need to bring an economical model. We need to talk their language. The language of corporates and the language of investors is the economical, social language. So they want to save the whale, for sure, but we will do it because we are implementing economical models. So this is what we're doing. So in marine transportation, this is our first focus, and we will work on that. We have also to try to make sure that conservation continues. So that means we are looking at what's going on. That's everything which is onshore and offshore mainly. Onshore, what's doing on the ground, on the land, that we need to do, which is destroying the sea, and offshore, and to make sure that everything we do is sustainable. Same thing for the fishing. We need to create a fishing. So for that, we will do as a bank what we have done in other businesses. It means to set up policies. So that's the base. We write a white paper today when we define the right rules, the big rules. And now we will define policies sectors by sectors. And the policies is to say for us bankers what we want to do, what we don't want to do, and what we want to do at the condition that is integrating biodiversity, climate change, or inclusion. That's the way we do that. We have already 11 policies, and there will be more coming on blue economy. So what we do practically, shipping finance, we allocated and we have announced that we are putting €1 billion of our balance sheet in the next 5 years in order to decarbonize the shipping industry. So we know them, we have finance ships, now we will make sure that they will be all decarbonized. And probably also going further, so we're part of Poseidon principle, and we will be part of all the initiatives that will push us to make and to decarbonize the ships. So the second thing is about, very important, the trade finance. In business, when we call banks, we talk about most of the time about financing big projects and innovation. But what about the business that we are doing on day-to-day in trade finance? So we can bring the sustainability in trade finance. Trade finance means the flow of the food, the fish, which are fish, making sure it's coming from, not coming from illegal fishing, but also the content, making sure that the processing is properly done. So it's all the supply chain that we need to review. And this is key because it's a day-to-day. If you start to do a day-to-day job, when you link a sustainable process with the finance, normally you bring slowly the people to do the right things. And you are a game changer. You are a game changer, not only in your little town or in your little area, but globally. So that's what we're working on, and we work that with United Nations, and we will put a coalition around that. Then after that, we ensure what we can do in terms of sustainable fishing and aquaculture. Of course, we develop aquaculture, so we have projects and we want to continue to develop aquaculture. So we will finance aquaculture project at the condition they're sustainable. And here, this is where it's important to make the link between the last piece, which is also the innovation. So we have to link the innovation to what's going on to make sure, and we have seen some example before, creating the link. I think Michael before explained to you that the way we solve things is by working collectively, putting the dots together. So the banks is at the central point of investors, corporate, startup, SMEs, and the different means of financing, public and private. So this is where we can do the link between the different boxes. So this is what we're doing here. So actively putting the link between what is supranational, United Nations, Europe. I hope to do more things with the European Commission. Innovation platform, we have a presentation just before by Catapult. We work with type of people we work with. We are supporting the venture capital. We are financing some of them sometimes. So this is very important. Investors. We are linking the investors. We are creating products for investors, either structured product or also financing for venture capital. So we can bring our pieces there. And then we do a lot of things also which is related to making action on the conservation. So when we can integrate an action on the conservation or through a foundation, we have a foundation where we are funding research for more than 30 years. So it was mainly climate change. Now we moved to climate change and biodiversity. So because linking research and science to the economic world is essential. Today, if we want to solve the problem, we talk about four things: about science, because it's science-based. It has to be transparent. It's about technology, digital. I think Michael talked about it just before. It's about finance, and it's about a frame of regulation. And if we connect the dots, we can bring the solution. So here, this is all the tools that we have done for what is green. So we just have to blue the box. So we have a toolbox of products that we can blue. But the most important is to bring what I put in the green box, which could be a blue box, in the future, which is the collaborative financing solution for sustainable transformative projects. So we can create solutions based on fund or facilities, leveraging philanthropies, public and private money in order to finance the blue economy. So if you have a project, whatever you are, please contact us. We are one of the banks who commit on the blue economy, and not because we are philanthropists, but because we want to make a lot of money. Thank you.